I remember looking at the Earth for the first time just shortly after we had launched. We had a nighttime launch, and within 9 minutes or so, we're in orbit. And I remember seeing the Terminator, where the light meets the dark on the surface of the Earth. There's an overwhelming sense of gratitude for the experience that so few humans have had to be off the planet and look down at it and look down and appreciate how beautiful it is and how perfect it is. We're so fortunate to live on such a perfect planet, positioned where it is in the solar system, and that we know of nothing quite like it. When you're out on a spacewalk, when you're outside, and your helmet gives you essentially a 180-degree view of everything around you. In my last spacewalk in January of 2020, I was riding on the robotic arm out to the AMS worksite, and we were waiting for one of those leak checks in between, and there was a period of time when there was literally nothing that we could do, and so they parked me on the arm above, about 50 yards above the ISS during a night pass, and they were like, okay, you're gonna just have to sit here for 20 minutes. Without the obstruction of the atmosphere, without light being refracted, stars are much more distinct. They don't have that twinkle anymore. Everything is very crisp. And naturally, you see infinitely more stars and planets mixed in there that are sometimes hard to distinguish, but infinitely more. No atmosphere between you and it. And I was out there above the ISS, nothing between me and eternity. You can't have this experience and not be changed. It does affect you. But I think by and large is what you find that it reinforces beliefs that you already had, because that is our fundamental tendency to look for evidence that supports what we already believe. It reinforced the importance of stewardship of our planet and carrying those responsible practices with us as we go out and explore, return to the moon, go on to Mars to understand the origins of our own planet. It was an interesting time in those final weeks before we landed in April. We were watching this global pandemic occur. The magnitude of what was occurring on the ground was starting to become more and more apparent as the weeks wore on, and we knew it was going to affect how we arrived on the Earth, and that they were going to have to take different measures, bring us home. We were asked to make a video that asked, what are your impressions of returning to the Earth during a global pandemic? And one of the things that Jessica and Chris and I did was we took some images out the window of the cupola, and I just spontaneously, while panning the camera around and taking some shots of my crewmates looking out the window, I panned along the Earth, and I said,
"An Earth in crisis is still an Earth worth returning to."
just spontaneously. I don't know what made me say it. I think it was a good reflection of how we were feeling about, our time up there. We appreciated it, and we had a new sense of the Earth below us, and saw that the entire planet was experiencing this event that in many ways unified us all, in much the same way that the International Space Station unifies us all, and that we still desired to return to our Earth in all of its greatness and all of its problems. It's still our home.
Hello folks, welcome to Geospace with Kelly. Now in this video, the astronauts talk about seeing no borders from space, and that right there is deep. From orbit, we're just one species sharing one rock in a massive universe. We often forget that down here. When they say a perfect planet, they mean Earth has just the right mix. Atmosphere, water, temperature, gravity. If any one of those was slightly off, we wouldn't be here having this conversation. And yet, climate change, pollution, and destruction are tipping the balance of this perfection. It's like we were handed a masterpiece and we're poking holes in it with plastic straws and oil rigs. Now imagine being an astronaut, a human body floating hundreds of miles above the surface. and looking down at everything you've ever known. Every conflict, every celebration, every home. It's all down there. This really hit me as someone from the African and diaspora community. The idea that from space we're united, but down here divisions, whether by race, class, or country, seem so huge. When you think about how Africa, the Caribbean, and so many parts of the world contribute to the planet's beauty and diversity, it just makes you want to protect it even more. In the video, the astronaut says, "We live on a planet worth saving." That quote is everything. A planet worth saving. Sometimes you need to get far away from home to see how beautiful and precious home really is. This isn't just about science, it's about legacy. What are we leaving behind for the next generation? Are we handing them a thriving Earth or a damaged one? NASA isn't just about space missions. It's a mirror showing us Earth from the outside, so we can wake up on the inside. If this video doesn't make you think twice about climate, connection, and conservation, I don't know what will. Let me know in the comments. If you could see Earth from space, what would you feel? Awe, fear, responsibility? I'm reading every comment. If you love this kind of cosmic commentary, hit subscribe and turn on your notification bell. We've got spacewalks, volcanoes, and all kinds of Earth magic coming your way right here on Geospace by Kelly. Until next time, stay grounded, but always keep your eyes on the stars. Peace, love, and planet Earth.